following material may contain sex, coarse language, and violence.
I mean, the methods make sense. If what you say is true about the testing in the European sector.
The problem I face is that I do not believe this is standard corporate espionage. I believe it is a criminal element.
Purely internal?
I think it is external, but I can't do more. You are police. You have a record. You want that help.
Do you have any leads?
Just one. But I do not wish to disclose more until I have a legally binding agreement between us.
They're in the rub, eh?
Okay, before we continue then, how much do you want our superiors to know? Do you want the whole precinct in on this, or do you just want us?
Given the reputation of the 113th precinct, I would prefer minimal involvement. But you are the police officers. I will be hiring you to do things the correct way. You can do what you wish.
We do have a couple of days off.
Let me handle who we've reported to. I think I can take care of it in a secure way.
Sure.
If we go ahead with it, that is.
You will no doubt wish to discuss payment.
That's a trickier one.
I mean, you might not believe this, but if this is for the betterment of these people who you're helping out, payment is not as important as you might think for me. I know you started this whole thing with police are known for corporate corruption, but I'm actually a police officer who's trying to make Night City a better place. I won't lie that money helps me personally, but I'd rather make a difference than make a buck. You might not believe that, but letting our reputation in the newspapers speak for itself.
I hate to say it, but maybe I'm not as good as the kid. More money means more hardware, which means more dead criminals.
I am willing to cover your standard rate.
And the standard rate is very low.
I don't want to... What I'm trying to say is money would be helpful, but I don't want to take money that could go better towards helping these people if you really are performing.
I have so much money that nothing can affect that budget.
And then I will welcome any payment you feel is appropriate.
My offer is very standard. Standard rate. You get to retain any of the equipment you take from the wrongdoers.
Fair enough.
And I will incentivize your cooperation even more. I have in my possession information which can help you to the arrest of Uriel Khan.
Well,
Now you have our
that's-
interest.
Yes, first you had our attention. Now you have our interest.
I ask that you do not inquire as to how I got it.
I don't care. The information's good.
If it leads
That's
us
all
to
I care
Khan,
about.
that's all we need.
So I have an agreement?
I would have one request I would like to make.
Of course I'm willing to sleep with you.
I'm very flattered.
I have to eventually, I guess.
No, I am involved with a young lady.
Babette Renard, Netrunner.
Yes. It's funnily enough you should mention her because I feel she might be able to help, and I feel we can trust her. I was hoping to bring in said Netrunner Babette Renard on this.
Like I said, you are the professional police officers. You can handle the investigation however you wish.
Okay. I know you didn't want too many people involved, but she's somebody I would think you could trust, and we probably need a Netrunner to help hunt this down.
Barrows. Concerned. Alert for the trouble he's been feeling all night. While they are talking, he looks into her eyes, cold, dead, black eyes, like a shark's eyes. Like a doll's eyes staring back at you. There's no soul behind there, nothing, no life. This is a shark in woman's skin suit.
Hey, that's your epiphany, or your
I'm not going to
insight,
say
not
anything
mine.
at the table. What would the stipulations of this contract be?
What I have outlined.
I'm not sure we have much of a choice.
And we could just walk away and not do anything, but
That would be
I assume
foolish.
if there's no results, no pay, basically, right?
Indeed.
You have a deadline on this?
2 days.
That works out, we've got 2
They
days
have
off.
to,
We'll do
Stephanie's like, are you both insane?
probably.
yeah, pretty much.
That's how we've operated so far, and we've got
I
results.
work with professional sociopaths. And you can look that in the face and make a deal and think she's not going to fucking kill you at the end of this?
Killing us isn't so easy.
You know how many people have tried?
Your friend is right. It is reasonable to assume that any corporate dealing you have on the executive level would result in the removal of the contractor at the end of it. However, I do not have that intent.
I'm going to try roll a human perception, but I don't know. She might, because of her condition, I will say, have a fantastic poker face right now.
It's a little too good.
I rolled a 9, so it gets to 17.
Vince, in that moment you look across the table and instead of a woman for the first time, you see what's there. No expression, no emotion, no humanity. Dead, empty voids. You look into her eyes and you can see not death, that's already happened, but a void, a black void. This is a wraith in front of you, no woman.
Okay, based on that, I am going to ask a potentially insulting question, but throw it out there anyway. I have one thing to ask, man. The way I'm reading you is as if you've given up on life as it is.
Here it comes.
So, if that's the case, why do you care so much about this when you seem to not really care about your existence? And you do, it seems like a conundrum, man.
I suppose it is. I think I don't have an answer for you.
So you care, but you don't care? Or are you hoping that maybe after this it might give you a reason to care?
I think you may have asked. It's like an actual moment of like some expression. I think you might have actually asked a question I don't have an answer to. I cannot fathom. You are right, I should not do anything.
Maybe something down in there that you don't know about is trying to come back.
Stephanie's like, maybe you should see a therapist? No. They don't understand.
Maybe this will help you. Maybe you'll find what you've lost if we succeed.
I cannot offer you assurances that you will believe. but I don't intend to kill you.
I think we're already in, right?
Yeah. I mean, I care more about stopping your
So-
car more than my own life anyway.
To be clear, you will investigate, find the culprits, and deal with them however you wish. The investigation is in your hands. You will receive no oversight from me, with a 48-hour time window from the time you sign this contract to complete. In exchange, you will receive your nominal pay for such services, access to any equipment or loot, as an edge runner would put it, from the operation, and the information I have acquired on the Roadcans Sealand network.
That seems fair.
Please sign. I have already done so.
Okay. As I'm signing it, I will just say, because I'm not clearly signing it, so this doesn't seem to influence it, but so how would you prefer them dealt with if we find them?
It is up to you. You are the police,
So we could either...
not assassins.
Yes.
If I wanted assassins, I could hire them.
Well, if this goes...
But I'm not going to shackle you if they're too difficult to arrest.
Well, I'm going to be perfectly honest with you about one thing. I may try to purport to being a good cop, but I see too many criminals rotating through the system, and sometimes they just need to be stopped from getting into that rotation.
There are many people who deserve death that are alive, and many people who do not deserve death who are dead. Can you return their life to them? It is a question I struggle with.
Well, you know, when
Knowing
criminals...
what I know.
When criminals stop getting let out and then doing the same thing again, and then getting arrested and getting let out and doing the same thing again, then perhaps I will have a more of a conundrum about this, but right now I just see a never-ending pattern, a wheel that just weaves itself over and over. And I'm sick of seeing that.
Well, have you both signed?
I'll just be finishing signing. If this goes tits up and you do turn on us, I'd appreciate it if that information still found its way to the NCPD. It'll make my afterlife a lot easier.
Did you think it was for no reason I asked you to bring accompaniment?
Witnesses.
Surety for you.
Sorry.
Officer Barrows.
Say to Stephanie that she's kind of involved in this.
Officer Barrows, I am... How do I say this without sounding arrogant? Stephanie's like, you don't! Brag away! I am a multi-billion euro dollar CEO. I negotiate contracts for a living. If everyone I negotiated with disappeared, I would have a better reputation. I am not liked in the business community. And I am certainly not liked by my family. Do a little research. I think you will find that anyone who does not like me, if my family doesn't like me, then maybe you can. Stephanie's like, well, now all that unpleasantness is out of the way. You've got a killer body, and apparently you're into super dangerous death sports. Want to wrestle? Now? No, I mean like celebrity wrestling. Huh?
It'll be a hell of a draw.
I understand it is quite safe. Hell no, people are getting injured all the time!
Especially if you're inexperienced.
I mean, you'd have to do some training. You gotta make it look good. I will consider it. However, if they have not solved the crime within 2 days, I expect to turn up dead.
So what's the lead you have?
No.
Cyberhand. Got a chip?
It's a BD chip. BD shard. Oh, of course, you will need to go to... There, you will need to access the Braindance Experience of Pacifica to read it. Here's some eddies to cover that.
Thanks.
I will be in contact. You will need my contact information.
Interesting.
I don't remember. I remember looking at getting a brain dance thing. I must have backed out for some reason.
I think you asked the tech guy
You couldn't
to
get
keep
one.
an eye out for one.
That's what it was then, yeah.
I'm keeping an eye out on my random rolls. You get first ins. Just waiting for the category to come up, then I can just be like, oh yeah, that's there.
Well, I think that might conclude our business, unless there's anything else.
Well, we will need to get contact details so we can get...
Already got it. Pass them on to your agent.
Oh, thanks. Guess we'll be in touch.
Certainly.
Do you want updates as things progress, or do you just want the final result?
Final result.
It'll be better if we limit contact when we can, unless it's an emergency. I'm gonna have to talk to Weller. Well, let's go. Unless there's food.
Certainly.
Bring the ladies here for nothing.
Mademoiselle? Menus?
Thank you.
It is on me.
My thanks. I've learned our mistake, man.
Yes. 2-inch ribeye.
Oh,
That's the same.
actually, completely outside of business conversation. Since we're here, you don't know anywhere where I could get something close to real meat and somebody who could cook it for me, do you?
Yes. I can.
Would you be able to give me those details?
No, I can get the meat and I can cook.
Oh,
No one's going to do it for you. That's what Father said.
I would very much appreciate that.
If we pull this job off, I guess.
You see, my Babette and I are dating, and I wanted to give her something special. And are you all right?
I'm sorry, what?
I wanted to do something special for Miss Renard, so
If you pulled this off, we can talk.
okay, thank you.
Very I really shouldn't eat too much. It'll go straight to my thighs. I'll just have the Caesar salad. But can you replace all of that with about 4 inches of meat?
Only 4 inches of meat.
You think I should go for 6? I don't want to be a fatty.
You need to work on your app, remember.
Fine, 2 inches of meat.
What are you having, Harm?
I already said ribeye.
Ribeye.
Have some dinner.
food is good, the wine is excellent.
Oh gosh. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to go back to that synthetic crap after this.
It is a tricky thing.
This is synthetic.
It's just very good
It
synthetic.
just doesn't seem... Yeah, well... Not that I've had real,
The
so...
Emerald is a club of distinction.
Hmm.
It's stocked well and they charge for it. Of course, to their clientele, it does not matter.
Well, we're coming from pre-pack and kibble mostly, so you can understand.
Eat the meal, drink wine.
Well, with that all finished up, I guess we have to... Do you guys need taken back to the ship, or did you have a vehicle at the stadium?
I had a vehicle at the stadium, but it will have been collected by now.
Yeah.
We can take you back to the ship.
Nomad perks, huh?
We are a family. It's not just words, it's not just corporate doublespeak.
Well, I could tell. That guy that survived the attack, how's his recovery?
He has needed extensive prosthetics, which we have provided.
Did they ever
He
figure
is
out what?
functional,
Well, that's good.
but the trauma will take... She sort of looks a little more towards Fleur. The trauma will take a lot longer to heal. But he is surrounded by family who love him.
I'm sure it's difficult for him.
Yes.
I envy you.
There is much to envy.
I only have one sister left as family.
Cherish her.
I do, despite her.
You think we do not fight? We do.
Hmm. It's kind of weird. Almost have nothing in common, but at the same time...
I don't know about that.
What, we're both stubborn assholes?
With a lot of potential. Well, let's get these ladies back to their ship.
Sounds like a good idea.
And you do with a driving roll. You leave the club, leaving Fleur Blythe sitting there, a stunning, radiant doll.
I will give her, it seems appropriate, like, the kiss on the hand before we go, because she seems like that type of 15 for the driving.
Yeah,
That's a not dying number.
And now, because I actually don't have the brain dance information for you, we'll end on screen sheets.
Well, I say I do have one more thing to take care of as well.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if she'd come over straight away, but I would just send a message to Weller. Like, I need to talk. It's urgent.
Well, I'd also laugh. I won't do it while driving.
And in person.
Yeah. I will also send a message to Babette about like that we need to talk about something. I may have volunteered you for something, but it's not mandatory.
Oh, okay. Well, we can fill out the rest of the night with that, and I can save these till next week.
You want to go first? Because you could probably do it while I'm driving, I imagine. Whereas I will wait until
Makes
I finish
sense.
driving.
After
For
last time.
context.
Well,
Yeah.
the thing is, I'd send the message, but I need to talk to her in person. So if I get a response, I guess it goes from there.
And you're calling at 3 in the morning because...
I need to talk in person.
Come round to my apartment.
Send me the address. We're going here.
It's in a combat zone.
You live in a combat zone?
Shut up.
Shutting up.
You're making me drive my car into a combat zone.
Well, we could
It's a mild one.
We could drop it off at my place and take a cab.
No, it's okay.
And then you call Babette, I believe.
Well, I'm not going to call her until I finish driving. So, if I are you wanting to talk to Weller alone?
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'll do is I'll pull up outside of Weller's apartment or whatever she's living in,
And then you can watch.
and
the
then I'll
car.
call Babette, and I'll stay in the car and just call Babette while you go in and talk to Weller.
Mm.
Yeah, so call Babette.
Hello, Wilson.
Hey, couple of things. I might, first of all, I might have something sorted out for our next date, but it's all dependent on a job that's come up semi-independently that I need to discuss with you because
you finally got police corruption work.
Sure, let's go with that.
She shouldn't be so
Well,
excited about it.
We are. But yeah, it's best
I'm
if
not
we
gonna need
discuss
that
it in
combat
person
After all.
at some point. So just tell me when you're free and where you want to be picked up from, and I'll bring Barrows around too because it's a buddy cop thing.
You said it.
But we'd like you in as well because you're awesome and smart and beautiful. And a net runner would really help us out, and you're the best.
A knit runner with a hand cannon.
We always seem to work together as a trio, so
That sounds like a Roger Corman film from this era. Net runner with a hand cannon. A kitten with a whip. It's not as fun as it sounds.
no, it isn't.
It's a boring film.
So
Yeah.
no.
Okay. Precinct?
Precinct, yeah. So we'll come around, and once Barrow's finished, I'll drive around and we'll meet you there.
Okay.
Cool. Okay. Talk to you soon, babe.
Bye, Vinny.
Bye. Love you.
Love you.
No.
That's the first time he's actually said that.
And you did it on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
I guess that is the intermediary step.
Well, it's one of those things where he says that and then he's like, wait, did I just literally say that I actually love her?
Oh, well. Up to Weller's door.
Mm-hmm.
Assume she'll have some kind of security thing I can ding dong.
No, it's an old style conventional door. You have to knock.
I wasn't expecting that, especially in a combat
How
zone.
do the hands even work?
How do you do it like this?
Grapple. Come in.
Winter.
She's wearing jeans and a t-shirt.
Very casual.
There's a speed brawl game on the TV, but she like turned it down low. There's a kitchen like this looks like an apartment from like a 50s detective movie, but like clean. It's like one of those old kitchen table things, and it's just covered in documents and things.
Choose to picture it in grayscale, including the TV.
You can
I assume I shouldn't pay too much attention to the documents.
probably not.
Not exactly what I was expecting.
What were you expecting?
I'm not sure, just not this.
Hmm.
Regular door was in a combat zone to do. That threw me off.
You know, people do live in these combat zones.
Yeah.
Like lots of them. They don't have a choice.
Hmm.
Have a seat. What's this about?
I've been offered a little, we'll call it an extrajudicial job.
Yes, by the executive of BN.
Oh, so you're aware.
Yes.
Alarming.
No.
It only just happened.
I knew before it happened.
Oh, you're good.
No. She called us.
Oh. So she wanted permission?
The Corporate Affairs Bureau has a process for special interests cases or non-media involved.
Things like this.
There are channels to go through. This is one of them.
Well, I guess I didn't really need to disturb you. I was just here to inform you about
It's
that.
no interruption. I was just catching up on some light work.
See the Ravens game?
Yes.
Well, pleased.
Good. You should be pleased. Although your girlfriend needs to integrate into the team a little better, but it's still early time.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure how that's actually going. Of course, I'm not gonna...
It will be difficult because they had a locked mindset of enemy.
And the person she's replacing was actually a traitor, so probably a sore topic. So you approve of me taking on this job, then?
I don't see how it's any different from any other job like this, John. It's a little unusual for it to go to a beat officer. It's
That's
actually
true.
very unusual.
I think it's because of our current public reputation.
I think it's because you killed her.
Or maybe it was that. Something's not right with that woman.
I know.
It's more than just that she's...
I can read a scream sheet.
It's more than that she's dead inside, though. Have you met her?
No, not personally.
Well, I think you might pick up on some things. It's like, I've always used the term monster before to refer to myself or to Alice Cole, but I think she's something else. Something worse.
Elaborate.
I'm not sure if I can. It's strange. Just a feeling I get.
Do you think she is a danger to herself and others?
Well, she's definitely a danger to herself.
Her suicidal tendencies are on record.
I'm not sure
So
about
far,
this.
she is not really engaged in any activities that would endanger others as well.
But she's still maintaining her charity work post.
I'm sorry, her what?
Explosion. She runs some food kitchen type things. Picked them up from Graves Corp when they went under.
What?
It was in the scream sheets. Maybe you didn't see.
I mean, maybe I don't get the exact same articles you do. That's ridiculous. She's a mega wealthy executive.
That's what the media couldn't seem
The
to
people are
comprehend.
like ants to people like that.
I'm not sure if it's a byproduct.
Do you think we should be opening an investigation into her? It could be a money laundering operation.
Potentially. Apparently, Blythe Pharmaceuticals has a bad track record in the European theatre for such things.
Yes, unlicensed human testing.
Could be the same thing, but
We'll launch an investigation.
she doesn't seem to like her family much, but she could be lying to me. She's difficult to read.